So this was kind of random. MSNBC, longtime MSNBC host Chris Matthews, who has really not been having a good time for the past like month or 2 months, with just constant like gaffe after gaffe and just terrible thing after terrible thing going on. He randomly announced his retirement. Like the network wasn't even ready for it, and so like after he announces his retirement, Steve Kornacki, who's the numbers guy, is like just on there. He's like, what the hell do I do? Like, we have to fill this hour with something. We don't have Chris Matthews anymore. So it was completely unplanned, and it was very random. It's kind of like the whole. Remember when Magic Johnson just randomly retired from being the GM of the Lakers? Everyone's like, what? It's kind of like that. But I think I know what's going on. It seems everybody knows what's going on. But let's go ahead and hear out Mr. Chris.
Let me start with my headline tonight. I'm retiring. This is the last hardball on MSNBC, and obviously this isn't for lack of interest in politics. As you can tell, I've loved every minute of my 20 years as host of Hardball. Every morning I read the papers, and I'm gung-ho to get to work. Not many people have had this privilege. I love working with my producers and the discussions we have over how to report the news. And I love having this connection with you, the good people who watch. I've learned who you are, bumping into you on the sidewalk or waiting at an airport and saying hello. You're like me. I hear it from your kids and grandchildren who say, my dad loves you, or my grandmother loves you, or my husband watched it till the end. Well, after conversation with MSNBC, I decided tonight will be my last hardball, so let me tell you why. The younger generations out there are ready to take the reins. We see them in politics, in the media, in fighting for their causes. They are improving the workplace. We're talking here about better standards than we grew up with, fair standards. A lot of it has to do with how we talk to each other. Compliments on a woman's appearance that some men, including me, might have once incorrectly thought were okay. We're never okay. Not then and certainly not today. And for making such comments in the past, I'm sorry. I'm very proud of the work I've done here. Long before I went on television, I worked for years in politics, was a newspaper columnist, an author. I'm working on another book. I'll continue to write and talk about politics and cheer on my producers and crew here in Washington and New York and my MSNBC colleagues. They will continue to produce great journalism in the years ahead. And for those of you who have gotten into the habit of watching Hardball every night, I hope you're going to miss me because I'm going to miss you. But remembering Humphrey Bogart and Casablanca, we'll always have Hardball. So let's not say goodbye, but till we meet again.
So really interesting stuff here. Now, he honestly kind of makes it pretty clear what's going on. Basically, if you haven't been keeping up with anything of Chris Matthews, which I don't know how, he's clearly gone like full-on senile. And even in this clip, he's struggling to read off of a prompter. Like, he obviously has it written down. Like he said, colleagues, I think, or something like that, instead of colleagues. So, he's fully senile at this point, pretty much. So he started out by saying that, he was going to get taken out to Central Park and, ended, and then he was talking about what happened to France in World War II, where Germany took them down, going through the Ardennes. And then he just kind of kept going. And remember that clip that we just saw the other day where he mixed up Tim Scott and Jamie Harrison? Tim Scott is an already sitting black senator who was standing next to Lindsey Graham, senator of South Carolina. And he was talking to Jamie Harrison, the challenger of Lindsey Graham, and he thought that they were the same person. Mistakenly. They do look similar, admittedly, but you should know who your guest is. So it's not been good for him. And then, also, as this article itself notes, basically, Laura Bassett, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, says, in 2017, I wrote about a cable news host being gross and inappropriate with me. I was afraid to name him at the time. I'm not anymore. It was Chris Matthews. And his sexist exchange with Warren this week inspired me to revisit those moments and name him. So, and the thing about Chris Matthews is it's like, there's just so many stories, not even like, they're not even really stories. It's just like straight video evidence of him being weird and him like, doing these really sort of boundary breaking stuff. I uploaded a video of the Aaron Burnett one because I hadn't seen that before. And, that definitely is not appropriate for the workplace at all. And then the story that Laura breaks down is that he's, like, doing these really weird things in, like, the dressing room, talking about, like, telling the makeup person to put more makeup on her so he can fall in love with her or something. And then to take the makeup off so that she doesn't go and just get, I don't know, have sex with a dude in a bar or something. Like, it's just really weird stuff. It's not appropriate for the workplace at all. And Very, very weird stuff. You're covering news and then you start doing like weird, like, oh, bring your face closer, and it's like, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? Like, what? You're on mainstream, you're on television, dude. What the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, get it together, dude. Get it together. And so I don't know what this guy was thinking, but that's what's going on. So I'm thinking MSNBC probably was talking to him, was like, yo, dude, you're going senile. There's these claims against you that are coming up now that are becoming troublesome to you. And in addition to that, you're just a bad host at this point, right? I mean, he just objectively is bad, right? He can't differentiate between two African-American, politicians, one of them being a candidate, the other one already being a senator. You're making these really crazy, crazy comparisons. And then he's just like, off about a lot of stuff. And clearly he's having trouble even speaking. So, I'm sure that they came together and his decision was like, okay, fine, I'll just resign. I'm just going to quit, instead of you firing me. It's a better way to go out. But that's the end of Chris Matthews, folks. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. Again, Steve Kornacki comes on after. He's like, what the hell just happened? Like, we still have an hour to fill. What am I supposed to do? So this was not planned. Like, it was not like, I don't know if it definitely wasn't told to MSNBC or anything like that. So, yeah, that's what happened with Chris Matthews. So, F's in the comment box for your boy Chris Matthews. He's a goner.